go it from email to Excel, and I was thinking about some automatization and some standardization of the column that we receive from special client. So this is the real practical case that we are implementing in our Ben. Maybe I should mute you, or I don't know.
I am muted. I think if
because there
everyone
is
could
a
please,
microphone.
yeah, if everyone could please mute themselves, that might help. Thank you.
Thanks so much. So the title is From Email to Excel. So let me try to explain a couple of these practical cases. 2 words about me. I'm Microsoft Excel MVP for last 10 years. And also I'm organizing Bulgaria Excel Days conference that this year on 22nd October will be its 6th edition. And also I'm a CEO of ITraining company Bulgaria that we are focusing in training and consulting specially. So the agenda for today is first I want to explain you what was the business case that we try to automate these files, and what is the benefits for this, of course, business case. And after then I will introduce you how to do this with Power Automate for desktop. Of course, we have lots of demo of this session, but at the beginning I have a couple of slides. So why Power Automate for desktop? Because this is the simple way to automate some process. Actually, we can use Power Automate for web, after then transform to Power Automate for desktop to run some script or something like this. But if you want to implement too much technology in one, you need some special license. At this case, you don't need to have some special license, just download Power Automate for desktop, or just if you're using, for example, Windows 18, it's already implemented. So let's see what is the business case. So we have a super complicated project that implements Power BI solution with a lot of Excel files. So these Power BI solutions bring data from the different simple Excel files that were stored in the different folder. And these Excel files we receive by email from the different key accounts. We said these key accounts. And once we prepare this BI big too complicated solution, we have an issue that sometimes one of these key accounts send us the reports with the different name columns. And for example, sometimes we have some empty rows at the beginning. And of course, this is the biggest problem for us, because when we took this file from the folder, the Power BI and the Power Query can't read the real headers, and after then the BI decision solution is broken down. So the business case here is just some super small part of this biggest idea. When we receive an email from someone that has a special attachment, we just want to save this file automatically in our folder, check the names of the column, that is headers, and if we don't have the name that produce, for example, product name, we rename the name of the brand from this simple example here is from name to product name. And this can be scanned automatically for all the files inside of our folder. So if we have some files that don't have a product name, we just open the file, rename the column, save it in the same folder, and after then our business BI solution is working well. So what's the benefits of this? A couple of benefits, of course. First one, we save a time to, and of course we reduce a lots of manual errors that we can have. Of course, this is a lot of scalable for multiple accounts and reports, and after then we can update the logic for not only for the one column or for multiple columns. Excuse me. So the decision here is a super basic Power Automate for desktop code. And this is a next step that I will present in a demo, but at the beginning you will see what is the biggest picture. So first, the Power Automate for desktop will receive an action. So before I continue, can you raise a hand? How many of you are familiar with Power Automate for desktop? That's great. One. Just one. Okay, I will explain a little bit more for Power Automate for desktop. Okay, so what will be the step? So the first step will be we will launch Outlook and we will scan if we have an unread email for the specific folder that I call this UK user group. And after then, if we have some unread email, I will save the attachment from this email to some local folder. After then, I will open this Excel file and bring exactly this file from this folder. And I will delete a couple of empty rows at the beginning. And if I have a header inside of header title name, after then I will replace with product name. Of course, after that we can save the file and repeat for all other files. Or, of course, here we can update all this to scan all the files inside of the folder and after then rename all these kind of files. So I don't like to use PowerPoint. Let's open Power Automate for desktop. This is my Power Automate for desktop. And for those of us that are not familiar with Power Automate for desktop, once you launch this app, here on the left side we have a couple of buttons, and at the middle of the screen we have all this kind of automation that we are preparing, and on the upper left corner I can create the new one. Once I start new one, I can type the name of my Power Automate flow. I will call this UK underscore email to Excel. Okay, and start to create. This will open a new window for me. It's on the next screen, just a second to place it here. So this is loading the empty screen. It's super user-friendly for me, and you don't need to learn any new program codes at the beginning, and it's it's contain a record, for example. So is there anyone that familiar with macro recorder in Excel, for example? Raise your hand. Macro recorder. Ben, I know for you. Anyone? So Excel has a macro recorder. And here in this window, we have almost the same. But in this situation, I'm not using record screen, that is record all your step. I just use some action. So this is the window of our new flow that we will create. And on the left side, we have a lot of actions that it's organized by different groups, different apps, etc. And on the top, we have a small part of bottom that save, run, a record screen or something like this. On the right side, of course, I have a copilot, but I don't use it. Now I need this kind of options here. It's variables, because once I start to prepare this flow, every step of my flow will generate different variables, and after then I can see the result from these variables, and I can see what exactly it's happened. So the first that I need to do is to launch our Outlook. So before I start, I will show you in my Outlook. Let's see, where is my Outlook? Here again. Come on. Under my Outlook, here I have a folder that I called UK_UG. Let me start the zoom it a little bit. Okay, this one. Okay, here in the inbox, I have this subfolder. So this is first one. The second one, I prepare a rule inside of Outlook. This is old school method. In the Outlook, I prepare a rule from the rules here. I have option manage rules. And I create a basic rule that when I receive some email from blah, 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 put it in this subfolder or something like this. So actually, when I receive some email, this automatically put this email in this subfolder. And this will be unread email. So what should happen in the Power Automate? So first one, we need to open the Outlook. So I try to type Outlook. Okay, and here is two different category of action. The first one is basic Outlook, and the second one is Office 365 Outlook with this diamond on the end. So this diamond on the end means you must have special license to combine Power Automate for desktop with Office 365 and Power Automate for web. And you need some special permission for your admin and to configure this kind of settings. In our case, I will show you the basic situation that we don't need some admins or something like this. I will use the simple one. So under the Outlook options, we have this kind of options for the Outlook. And let's just launch Outlook. This launch Outlook means open the Outlook app. And actually this is present this kind of variable, Outlook instance. I can rename it if I want, or I just click save and this will open the Outlook. Let me show you how this is look. So here is my Outlook window. I will close it and just run this one row flow. Just press run. Here something happened. And up. Now something happened, and actually you can see my Outlook window is open. This is super simple and super basic. And on the UK_UG, I have one unread email. So let's close this. What should happen next? Once I launch this Outlook, I need to get some messages to see is there some attachment inside. So this is happen with the action retrieve email message from Outlook. So just drag and drop this. And here is a couple of options that we need to write. So Outlook instance is only one. You can see it's automatically populate. The next one is my account. So here I need to write my email. Boriana.petrova@itraining.pg. So, and here is the email folder. Under this small icon on the right side, I can see all the variables that present from the previous step, but in this situation, it's a basic text that I just put inbox /UK_UG. This is the subfolder that I need, and I'm looking for the same cases. Okay, what kind of emails I need to retrieve? I can see all email message, or I can search only for the unread email message. So in our case, I'm looking for unread one. So the other options I don't need to change except of this attachment. We are looking for the email that have attachment. Because after that we need to save it. So on the attachment option, I select the save attachment, and this is open. You can see this open the new option here, save attachment into. So in this option, I have a folder that is called Ben Session, of course, and inside of this I have only one file. And I want to stress you that this file is from July 25, and now our attachment has a name August 25. So I will present only the folder path, paste it here, and this will produce the variable that calls retrieved emails. Now save this. And what happened once we launch our Outlook? Power Automate will read these emails. If I have unread email, this will save the attachment in our folder. Let's see what happened. Only 07 here. So let's run this. Just run. This will open again Outlook, and after then we'll retrieve the email attachment and save the attachment in our folder. Just a second. Retrieve emails. Something happened. Okay, I'm not sure that you see, but UK_UG, no more emails. So what happened in our folder? You can see I have two files. The second one is just save it from our email. So I will delete this two. I will leave only 7.1. Let's continue with our flow. Once we retrieve this email, after then, let's get all the files that is in this folder and try to do something with them. So first one, let me show you how it's look this kind of file. I just want to open one. The second one will be the same, you will see, just with different kind of data inside. So here in our file, we have a couple of rows that is empty. Not exactly empty, because in column A, for example, we have some title in column A in cell 1. The same is for column B. This one is some kind of subtitle. And the third, fourth, etc. column, they're nothing. So actually, I'm looking for some kind of flow that will delete these extra rows that we don't need it. And after then, okay, I will just close this file without saving. And if I have some column that it's called name, after that we need to replace this title name with product name. So let's continue with our Power Automate flow. Launch Outlook, retrieve emails, then I need to get files from folder. I'm looking for action get. So on the get, we have a lot of get actions. In this situation, we are looking for get this one, get file in folder. Once we get file in folder, I can show from which folder I'm looking for. So this is our band session. This is our folder. And I'm not sure that you see, but once we get the file from attachment, actually we get Excel file and some pictures. And I want to filter this stuff of all kinds of files. And I want to see only files that is Excel file. That's why I will type star.xlsx file. I'm looking only for this type of files. And this will present our variable that is called files. Okay, so let's save. And now is moment for our loops. Why? Because actually we have in this situation 1, maybe 2, maybe 3, but I want to run across the different files. So looking for some kind of loop, and we have a for each loop cycle. So for each, what kind of each? For each file that we present from this get file in folder. So here is a moment that I need to present this variable that I set from the previous step. So the tiny moment here is to select this variable from this small icon and just navigate to files. And now we will interact for each files that was in this folder. And of course, I can store this in my own variable. I will call this Excel file. Let's be double S. So save this. And what I need to do with each this Excel file. So first one, I want to open this. So in this case, I need action that open Excel. So let's search for Excel. Okay, where is this Excel? So here you can see we have a couple of category according to Excel. So one is Excel and the other one is Excel Online for Business. So this was one of the reasons that I prefer to use Power Automate for desktop instead of Power Automate for web, because Excel Online can automate or can iterate inside of your data only if your data are stored in tables. What this is mean? Let me open basic blank Excel. So your data must be, it's very important. Come on, click. Your data must be stored in table. That means that your data must be something like this. If you store your data in the table, you can see this extra tab that is called table design. In our case, when we receive our files from our key account, the data is not stored in the data table, and that's why we are not preferred to using Power Automate for web, and that's why we prefer to using Power Automate, of course, for desktop, and after that we'll iterate only with this category, that is Excel, not Excel Online for Business. So under the Excel, we have again two different options. One is under advanced, and this kind of other actions from here to here is according to let me say basic Excel stuff, basic Excel actions. So what we need to do, so first let's launch Excel. Once you choose these options, this action, and under the Excel, launch Excel, we have only a blank with a blank document, or we can select some document. And now I need to open the following document. So which one I need to open? Okay, I know which one because we have a folder that we store these files, and this is in our band session, and I don't need to say what exactly file I need to open, just refer to the folder, press open. Come on. Come on. Okay, let's see this one. Launch Excel. Open. Here on the advanced, we have if our files are protected or not protected. But here, give me a second, because actually I already have a document file, and this will be, actually this will be our Excel files. Yes. So because in the previous step, we bring the folder path and we present a lot of files inside. So the document path is stored in the Excel files. In the files. No, something wrong with me. Give me a second. Open the following document, and the document path is stored. Maybe I should run this to see. This will present Excel instance, and this is Excel. But I think this is the best one. It's too late in Bulgaria to think about this. So let's see what happened here. Let me see if there's some problem in this kind of flow till now. So again, launch Outlook, retrieve email, get files. Okay, and now we'll launch Excel. Okay. Now, okay, it's launch Excel. And here you are. Okay, so we are open the first file, and the name of the file is from July 25. Okay, that's great. So till now, everything is okay. Let me close this. So what's next? Once we launch Excel, actually we have an open Excel file, and after that we need to read this Excel. And again, from the Excel group here, from the Excel category, there is options read from Excel worksheet. So let's put this under Excel. And instance is again Excel instance that was present from the previous step, launch Excel. And what kind of data we need to read. So there is a couple of options in here. And in this case, I need to read from a range of Excel, not only from the single cells, but a couple of cells. So because I need to grab some column, for example, number 8, because I love this number, and read only in the column 8. If the cell is empty, then delete the row. So in this situation, I will select values from the range or cells. Start column will be 8, as I mentioned. Start row will be first. End column will be the same 8, and end row, it could be 10 or 12, it's your decision, but I know that there are a couple of 2, 3, 5 rows maximum. In this case, I will type 8 again, just for fun. And super important things. The first line of range contains column name should be off, because actually we need to read the empty data till we receive the first row to be a header. Okay, next, save. Okay, read now. I have a Excel data, and after then I need, actually this will present a couple of rows. So once we present a couple of rows, we need to cycle inside of these rows. So again, I have a for cycle, for loop here. The first 4 is for each file. The second 4 is for each row. And which row we need to iterate. So here is for Excel data that was presented in the previous step. For Excel data, and this will call rows to delete. Rows to delete. Okay, is it clear? I hope so. So for each rows that we need to delete in Excel data that we read before, I need to check is this row is empty. So I need if action. So type if, and on the conditions group we have a if option. Bring this if option here, and looking for this kind of options. First operand is what exactly we need to delete. So if this row to delete, where is this row to delete? If this row to delete is empty, there is an option is empty. So, but the problem here, for each row to delete in the previous step, here in the loop moment, rows to delete return a list of items, and we need to bring only the first one. Read it. If it's empty, then delete it. If it's not empty, just go to the next one. And so to refer to the first one, this happened here inside of this variable, not to read only, not to read all the items in O, and just put the 0 at the end. That's mean here before at the end of the string. And that's mean look at for the first item. So in Power Automate for desktop, you can understand that the 0 presents the first item. So let's save this. And what happened? For each row to delete in our sheet that we read from here, if rows to delete is empty, then, okay, we need to delete row. So looking for delete action. And again, I want to stress you that imagine I don't need to type some special code. I need to know just simple logic. So again, so here we have a couple of options that is under the data table. That kind of options that are under the data table here are located to Excel Online. So I will minimize this, and we are going here under Excel Advanced Options and looking for delete row from Excel worksheet. So let's put this inside the if brackets, and what we want to delete. The instance is again Excel instance, and what kind of row we want to delete, I just type 1. Every time it will be the upper row of our data. So just 1 is enough. Once we delete, the second row will be going to be 1, and again and again, this will repeat till we found some not empty cell. So let's save this. Okay, and what happened now? Launch Excel for each file. Launch Excel, read from Excel sheet, read inside of the rows in column 8, for example. And if this cell is empty, then delete the row. And till now, actually what should happen, let me show you again. I will open the file. I hope that I have 10 minutes more, Ben. So this kind of flow will open the file, delete this a couple of rows, and after then the Excel will stay open. So for example, we want to save this kind of data and continue with the next one. So here, once we delete all the rows for each this kind, then we need to save the file. Save Excel, and this will be here before going to the next file. This is the Excel instance. We have a couple of options here. Save document, just press the save button, or save document as and give some other name or some other folder. So in this case, I will just save the document, press save, and let me show you what exactly is happening here. So here we have only one file, and oh, come on. Inside, I can't see my mouse. Okay. And here, I need to mark this file, this email as unread. Okay, again, August 25. Okay, so let's run this to see what happens. And I can take breakpoint here. Just run. Again, this will open the Excel. Let's see. Okay. Launch Excel, retrieve emails. Waiting for Excel. Okay, it's open the file. It's a little bit complicated because, so now, actually, go back to Power Automate. So here in this situation, we have 3 rows, and in Power Automate, we are on the action that is called delete row. I just put the break point here. And on the right side, on the flow variables, you can see the different variables, what is happening with them. Excel data has 8 rows, 1 column. On the right side here, on the 3 dots, we can press view and see what is inside of this kind of variable. So here we have a couple of empty rows, and after then, blah, blah, blah. So on the delete rows to delete, for example, it's interesting. Let's see what is inside rows to delete. Rows to delete, we have 0 number for the rows. It's a index only. And we say, okay, we need to delete row number 1. That's the first row actually in our Excel table. So now press OK. Let me show you step by step what happened. If I press this button, you can see that the first row was deleted. So next one, step by step. Let's go to the other one. Again, the next one is deleted. And I will press run till the end. Okay, the last one will delete. After then, it's save Excel and nothing more. It's not, after we save Excel, there is no action that will close the Excel. So it's better to, let's run this till the end. It will check the 8 our rows and it's save Excel, but now I'm sure that it's opened the next file. You can see here it's operating under the second file, and again delete the different rows. So here we can see we don't have any more files that is with empty rows. So let's close this. Actually, we can put some action that is called close. After save Excel, then close. Close, 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 close. Where is this close? Let me see. Is there an option here when it's save? Okay. And Excel. One, it's not under advanced. And this is the close Excel. So in this case, we don't have any other options. So actually, I can only close and save with the same action without this previous step. So let me choose this close Excel and delete this action. So the next one, Ben, I have 10 more minutes.
Yeah, you got more than enough time.
Okay, great. So the last one. So as I mentioned, we have a different kind of titles, and once we delete the first empty rows, after then we need to do the same. Read all the columns, and if there is a column that is called name, we will rename it with our product name, for example. So to do this, it should be set again, almost the same step. Read from Excel, because here we are lunch. Read for Excel. Which kind of value we need to read? Okay, this time will be a little bit more complicated. Again, will be value from range. The start column will be 1. This is the first column. Start row will be 1. End column, I don't know. I will type just for a moment for example, 20, and end row will be the same one. And this will be rename columns. Okay, let's save. Once we read, this time I need to set special variable because we need to go through the different columns. So I'm looking for an action that is called set variable. And under the variable, come on. And here we have a set variable. And this will be my column rename. Okay. And the value will be just 1. Start from 1 and after that we will increase it. Okay, start from 1. Then the second one, again, we should go through the different columns. So again, type for loop. Come on. It's too slowly. For each. Again, this kind of data that we read it. Let me see, rename column. For each rename column that we read it, rename column. Here, I will call this new header. Okay. New header in rename column. So now we need to write. Let's type write to Excel worksheet. Okay, the instance is the same. Value to write is product name. Okay. On specific cell, which cell still don't know. So here in the for each header on the renamed column, actually we have again a set of lots of columns and we need to check only one. And this value will store in the new header. So in the column here, I need to present new header. It's a lot of variable. And a row again is only 1. So let's press save here. But I have a little bit more moment for each new header in a renamed column. So if I run this flow, you will see that renamed column will be a list of columns and we need to check one by one. That's why I need to edit this step and to say renamed column, but not all the one and just the first one. The first. As I mentioned before, once you type 0 in these brackets, will present the first one. So set variable, read from this. If the data is different than I'm looking for, then type product name. So come on. Our Power Automate is not responding. Of course, we need if, please. At the end, if. Come on. Why is not responding? Stay in touch. Okay. I don't need update at this moment. So we need a if clause inside of this for each loop. So, okay, if the last one. I will try to save this flow and I have a backup, of course. And we'll show you. Okay, so if once I save this, now nothing happens. So let me open the, okay, maybe now. Nope. Sorry, something happened and it's not responding lots of time. So I will close this flow and open the flow that it's already set.
Is it perhaps why we closed the Excel file too early?
Nope, it's not allow me to type whatever I want, and I can't select the different actions. That's the problem. I don't know. Oh, now it's better. But let's try the last time. Come on, just want to open the condition. No. Okay. No, it's not responding. Let's close the program. I hope to save this. Nope, no matter, because because I've already prepared the backup for this. Let's mark this and I will show you the result. So first, let's delete all these files in the folder. Put some of them that are not edited. Too much stuff open here. Still not responding is strange. I will try to cancel this. Okay, so let's open. I have the same flow that was prepared before, and let's edit just to see the different step at the end. The last step, inside of the folder, pen session, there is no files. Inside of my Outlook, there is one file that is unread. So we need to automate this file, run the flow. This should be saved in the Ben folder and rename the column. So I try to open this flow. At this moment, let me show you how this file looks like. In the attachment, we have a file. Come on, everything is so slowly. And here in the E column, I have a column that is called name. Okay, so the idea is to delete the first rows and after then rename this column. Okay, let's close this. Now still unread. Great. Okay, come on. This is almost the same without save and close the Excel file. Okay, let me show you from the beginning to the end. Run. It's launch Outlook, retrieve emails, get files from this folder, save it. Let's see what happened here. Okay, now we'll launch. And you can see the file is in the folder already. So now we'll launch Excel. It deletes a couple of empty rows. I hope to rename this. Oh, it's happened. Product name. And that's all. After that, we can save the file and close, of course, Excel. So this was the idea. I hope that it was interesting for you and give you some idea how to automate some process. So Ben, it's your time. Thank you so much.
Great, no, thank you, Boriana. It's always good to see Power Automate. I don't know. I always feel like I should know it because it looks like it has the ability to just take away so many of the manual things in jobs. But I don't know. There's a bit of fear for me of using some kind of, I say external. I know it's still part of the Microsoft ecosystem, but it's outside of Excel. So external to Excel. So it's good to see how you've managed to kind of integrate this into a workflow. I found that quite interesting to see. I don't know if any of the attendees here have any questions for Boriana. It's not like there's anything in the chat, but feel free to sort of unmute yourself or drop something in the chat if you've got a question for her.
Still not. So I should invite you. You are all. You are welcome to Bulgaria Excel Days, 22nd of October. Ben share you more info about this. There is lots of new cool stuff, and he will send you more interesting information about Bulgaria Excel Days. He was last year our attendee. So welcome and hope to see you inside.
Yes, great. Well, I'll be in Bulgaria next month for Excel Days, and I'll put some stuff on LinkedIn about that. And I'll be sharing this presentation on YouTube as well if anyone wants to rewatch any parts of it. So Boriana, thanks a lot, and thanks everyone for attending tonight. And yeah, have a great evening all.
Thank you too. Thank you. Have a nice evening. Bye, guys.